Hello and welcome back to the next episode of India Bounce Back. And I am really thankful to all the viewers for such a wonderful response uh, to our interviews. Today, I have another eminent personality, and today's webinar will be very focused on uh, not just creating more good perspective or getting out a good information about an unknown and mostly unexplored area for most of the business community in India. And in this time of pandemic, on this time of COVID impact, someone who has been instrumental in guiding people about a unique opportunity, someone who was able to help people in creating more and more opportunity when people are saying there's no business in the market, somebody who made people realize the importance of doing business with government. Yes, I'm talking about a gentleman who's known for uh, the art of bidding, the art of bid management, and he has been able to help multiple entrepreneurs across India in generating good business opportunities working with government. And he always says very positively that right now the biggest buyer in the country is someone who we should trust on, and that is the government of India. Today we have one of the eminent and one of the leading government business consultant with us, Mr. Sunil Goswami ji. Sunil ji, welcome you to India Bounce Back.
Thank you, Anshulji. Thank you so much. Good evening to everybody.
Good evening. It's a pleasure to have you on the show, and I am very hopeful today, and I'm very sure rather that today my viewers will get a lot of great insight about this whole world of government business, where people have a lot of myths and apprehensions. So before continuing, I would love to read your introduction. So Sunil ji is a strategy and turnaround consultant with over 30 years of experience in acquiring business from state and central government establishments. He holds a postgraduate diploma in management conferred upon him by IIM Rohtak and graduate in science from Punjab University, Chandigarh. Having faced many challenging situations in government domain, made him mastered the art of bidding in last 30 years with his key eye on for tenders, nuances which have been craftily drafted to ensure healthy competition. Sunil ji has a deep knowledge of procurement process and guidelines followed by state and central government establishment. He has successfully bid, acquired, and managed businesses from reactive and proactive bidding opportunities from verticals like oil and gas, defense, law enforcement, civil aviation, healthcare, transport, government, power sector, warehousing, and many more. He has, to his credit, has a distinction of bagging various multi-million dollar state and national level projects from government establishment in India at good margin because of his proficiency of government procurement process. He's somebody who has made people realize, I can really vouch for that. He has made people realize the importance of GEM as a portal. Before initiating his business venture, Veda Mode, in 2016, Sunil ji in his last job in the corporate world had successful tenure of 11 years as president of a 350 strong CMMI level 3 certified IT company. Again, welcome you, and it's a privilege and a pleasure to have you on board today as a guest. And so Sunil ji, what I read just now was a professional introduction, which is a kind of a protocol which I read. But I want to know from you, who is the man, the real man behind this introduction? Your journey of learning since your, education, school days, college days, how, you have, who is Sunil Goswami? I want to know beyond this introduction for my viewers.
Okay, thank you, Anshul. Okay, let me tell you from where this background is coming. Actually, I was born in a family which was related to government. So my dad was a banker, and my other uncles and aunts were almost everybody was working with government, either railways or airports authority or the government segment. And And fortunately, they all were, very honest. Okay. And we used to hear stories about how people are trying to, sort of bribe them or grease their palms to get some of their vested interests met. Okay. And how they coped up with the pressures. And they always used to tell us that they're very positive because the environment, 85% people are honest, and they want to get the things done in an honest way. And that's probably the reason that where we are today, isn't it? If there was no honesty in some of the freedom fighters, we wouldn't have got the freedom.
True. Very
If there
true.
was no honesty in getting justice, we wouldn't have got justice, which we have been getting, barring couple of cases where we feel that the justice has not happened. Almost all the other cases, we feel that the justice has happened. Okay, the latest being, for example, the Nirbhaya case. Okay, so it has taken few years, but then the legal course takes its own time.
True.
Okay, which again is going through certain reforms. Okay, so having said that from a background of people working with the government, I was, then I did my schooling from Chandigarh and college also from Chandigarh. And thereafter, in '89, I started my career in Delhi. And my first job was selling personal computers. Uh, so I will say the very first day of my job, I met a government officer who was trying to procure some systems. Okay, so that's how my journey started. And couple of months I was in Delhi. Then I was given the territory of Uttar Pradesh to develop, and that's how my journey in the government domain started. Okay, and I was very fortunate to have initially the mentors, who also, sort of imbibed that business philosophy in me that let everything be merit driven. Okay, uh, it's like in Hindi they say that you can put namak mein aata, oh sorry, aate mein namak, but you cannot have, namak mein aata.
Hmm.
Okay, so thoda bahut chalta hai, but not all of it, right? And taking the clue from there, whatever venture I got into, the endeavors I made in the government were all, on merit, largely
Wow.
on merit.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
So that inspired me and kept me going. And because we understood that government is one entity which buys in bad times and good times.
True.
Okay. And I've been seeing it for the last 30 years, but I think a lot of people have realized it in the last 6 months after seeing the COVID situation.
Yes, I can
Okay,
vouch for that.
they
Yes.
suddenly realized, and one should have a bifurcation in their business revenues from where the revenue is coming. Sometimes people are very happy getting revenue from a couple of clients or the private sector, and they say, why to get into government? But let me tell you, the people who work in the government sector, for them to work in private sector is a cakewalk. Okay, because they all are very process driven, because
True.
government is process driven.
True.
Okay. And so my journey for 30 years have been in various corporates before I started a company in 2016, which is primarily focused only on providing bid processing services on meritorious basis to such corporates who either do not have enough skill or are not having good success rate in the government domain. Okay, so largely our clients are multi-hundred crore companies who want to sell their products, and they are manufacturers. Most of them are manufacturers, right?
Manufacturers.
Rather, I will say majority of them are manufacturers.
Manufacturers.
And for them, government is a very big domain, which buys their products. Okay,
Wonderful.
so that's so my journey has been into various geographical zones. I have worked in north, east, south, west, everywhere in India, dealt with almost all sorts of PSUs and ministries, be it the Prime Minister's office. We did a project in the Rashtrapati Bhavan also.
Wow.
Okay, we implemented the CCTV system there. Okay, so and I handled few projects in the army also
Okay.
and railways. So I have, got a assorted experience of all sorts of government domains in the country. So I will say the best part was that when I learned that how government functions, okay, and they're very methodical, okay, and the people have this myth and perception that everything is jugaad or setting over there, which is, which is not correct. Okay, so that's the reason. So every time I speak to somebody who is not working in government and they think that we are licensing agents and we are the door openers for them, we know the minister or we know the MLA or MP or we know the bureaucrat and we can get the work done.
I think most of them think in the same manner.
Yes, but that's a myth. One should get into it and then only you can learn. Okay, so for example, I would like to say that this particular government, okay, since 2014, if you see, they are eliminating the human interface from every government transaction.
True.
For example, they have removed the human interface from the taxation, the GST. Even your income tax returns. Do you ever meet any IT officer? You don't. Whatever papers you submit based on that, and they trust you. They don't even scrutinize your papers. If you're given a rent receipt, they don't go there and see whether that rent receipt is genuine or not. Okay, because they are dealing. They believe in trusting their citizens.
Yes.
But the citizens are not trusting the government officers.
Yes.
Which is very unfortunate.
Unfortunate. Yes, I can understand that.
Yeah.
So, Sunil ji, that's precisely, I think you gave a complete picture of how it's all started and your upbringing, your background. And now if I want you to summarize your 30 years of corporate exposure and experience into 5 learnings.
Okay. So
for my viewers.
Okay. So my first learning is that, don't believe in myths. Don't believe in perceptions. Experience yourself.
Okay.
Okay. Until you don't experience yourself, you won't get the truth. Even your father or your son won't be able to give you that insight about anything which you can yourself get it.
True.
So there is a saying in Hindi. It says that akal dene se nahi aati. One has to experience it to get it.
Okay.
That's number one. Number two is, coming to the, I will say that number two is that you should do your business honestly. Okay. Whether you're dealing with government sector or private sector, you can make, some of the people, you can fool some of the people some of the time, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. Okay, so if you see the big houses like UB Group or Nirav Modi's and likes of that, so they are a big example of that. You should have a controlled aspirations.
True.
Okay, in that greed you should not get swayed away. So, for example, you should also be focused on that the people who are working with you, you are equally responsible for their well-being also.
True.
For their households also. Okay, their kids' education, their health services are being paid through the money which they are earning through you. So that's my second learning, that be honest. And my third learning is that learn new things. I'm sure everybody learns new things. Okay, but when we learn new things, we do not learn it with different perceptions. Okay, let's say for example, I was very sort of shy or wary of meeting people or listening from them about a particular topic. Let's say today a kiddo who's like 26, 27 years old, who are people working with me, when they want to give an idea, okay, I listen to it very carefully. Okay, because that you never know from where the idea can come.
Sure.
Okay, not necessarily that I have worked in this domain for 30 years, so nobody else can bring in a good idea. Okay, so ideation is the must. Then I will say the fourth learning I have is how important it is to have a team. Okay.
Very true.
Team is basically, let's say I built a team of around about 8 people now. Okay, so everybody is an expert of few tasks. Okay, so I haven't, sort of all the tasks are not done by everybody, but, I have made people experts of doing one task. For example, searching for opportunities in the government domain, like tenders. It's a very, very unique art, okay, which, my people have mastered. I'll give an example. For example, if I have to look for tenders for video surveillance, So normally I will spell it as video is VIDEO and surveillance, right? SURVILLANC.
Yes.
Here we get like video is VEDIO or VDIO, video. Okay. So
Okay.
the spellings are misspelled deliberately so that you cannot reach the tender.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I'm just telling you very, very small things.
Small
Okay.
things.
So people normally say we don't get tenders of our domain. Okay. Similarly, for example, ambulance.
I
The
think because they are, so you mean to say
spelling.
when you search in an intelligent way, sometimes you don't get the result.
No, you are not searching in an intelligent way. You are searching. You are searching with the preset mind. कि यही होते. This is the spelling.
Correct.
Why would somebody change it? Why would somebody misspell it? You
Correct.
don't know the intention behind it.
True.
Okay, so that is one. Then I will say the
The
most
last.
important thing what I've learned is network. Okay, how important network is to you.
True.
For example, if I met a government officer, okay, and I should keep in touch with him because let's say in few years time, let's say my professor, the guy who was my professor in college, we didn't know that he was a visiting faculty, and then he became the joint secretary home for Government of India.
Oh.
Okay, so just because we have been wishing him all Guru Purnimas and Teachers Day and stuff, so when he became Joint Secretary Home, we had the face to go to him.
True.
Are you getting it? So when I say network, it doesn't mean the business network, it doesn't mean transaction, it means relationships.
Wonderful.
Relationship should not be treated as transactional.
Wonderful.
It should be treated as that if I know somebody, that person can teach me something.
Great.
Good, bad, ugly is a separate thing.
Separate.
Okay. Oh, somebody says I'm not totally useless. You can use me as a bad example.
That was wonderful. That was wonderful. Sunilji, that was really precise 5 points, and I think that is going to be a good insight for my viewers. Now, my next question, moving ahead.
Yeah.
You started you became from an entrepreneur to an entrepreneur in 2016, I believe, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So I want to know why and how Veda Mode was born, and what impact, I would rather use the word impact, what impact you were able to create in your particular domain.
So it so happened that I was visiting one of my professors in IIM. I was visiting Rohtak, and I just happened to go and just convey my regards to him and just pay him a visit because I really appreciate and admire that professor. I've learned a lot from him. We were just having a cup of tea together and just discussing something, and then he said that whosoever passes out from IIM, more than 50% of the people become entrepreneurs. Okay, for a simple reason that the passion to create something new, the desire to create something new. Okay. So as you know, the definition of entrepreneurship is different from being a business person.
True.
Okay. So when we were discussing this, and he said, have you never thought about it ever in your life? And what is that you are leaving for your kids, for the next generation? You are giving them good education, that's good. But what will happen? They will start from scratch. Okay. But you have not, whatever knowledge you have acquired or whatever skill you have acquired. Okay. What is the kind of service we can start with that skill? Okay, which can do some good to the society, and it's missing right now. So then we had a brainstorming session in that, and we, after tea, we went out to have a beer because the discussion was so, sort of attractive for me and for him, because I was like one of his favorite students. He was like my favorite professor, and we had a love-hate relationship. Okay. So then we did a SWOT analysis sitting in a restaurant. Okay. And we came out with the fact that I have a skill which is not there in the market, because there is no structured training programs on government procurement.
True, very true.
So he said, why don't you get into trainings? So I said, sir, I'm not an academician, I cannot do that. So he said, why don't you get into consulting? So then we thought that there is one set of sort of business people in the market who are not doing business with government.
Yes.
They don't know the roadmap, they don't know the blueprint, they don't know how to go ahead, but they have the desire. A lot of them have the desire to go to the government market and do some business there. So we can guide them, we can help them do a capacity building and a capability building. And for few months, we will hold their hands, and then slowly with an orientation and training and stuff, they will be able to be on their own. Then second would be those who are not doing, whose success rate is very bleak or very less, So we can help them. Okay. And third is whose success rate is high, but they are not able to, get their payments on time. So there are various pain points, I will say, of different segments.
Different segments.
We said here is a service where we can have all those pain points addressed. And we were very confident because, when I was in a job, I was handling government accounts only, doing tenders day in, day out. And I used to get a lot of calls from my ex-colleagues, from my friends, from my business acquaintances, from my partners. They would ask me certain criterias or certain processes. And just on a friendly note, I was giving them the advice. I suddenly realized, and when I recalled all of those discussions, I said, yes, I could build this to them. Because those are very, very important inputs.
Inputs, correct.
Yeah. So we started a service, and so with this professor's tip of the name, he said something which has to do with academics and stuff. So I thought Veda is the good name, And Veda mode is that we are in a mode of Vedas. Okay, because every time we read a Veda, we try to decipher it. True. Everybody takes from their own perception of a particular thing, isn't it?
Very true. Very true.
Right. So we started this service, and we were very fortunate. Within the first 3 months, we got a lot of clients, and we realized that yes, there was a need in the market. Whereas we started it without doing market research. We didn't do any market research because we said, because his name is Dr. Pandey. So Dr. Pandey told me that even after 25 years, if you need a market research, then you're a bad marketer. So you go ahead without a market research. So we did not follow the conventional way, you launch a product or a service.
Sure.
Because we were so confident.
Sure.
And so we were very, I will say, lucky, and we were correct that the industry or various industries or people out there in the market really required that service.
Wonderful.
So rather, most of our clients or majority of our clients, I will say 90% of my clients are those companies who were bidding or who are bidding in the government, and they were not having good success rate. So with our expertise, we have been able to, make their bids effectively and efficiently, saleable in the government domain.
Wonderful.
We have been able to help them to identify their competition in the government sector, which is different than their private sector competition.
True.
So they were able to understand that how the government functions and how the the private sector function. In fact, 1 or 2 of my clients have stopped doing private sector business.
Oh, wow, that's an achievement.
Yeah.
That's
because they were not aware that the government can do so much. Like especially in the COVID times, they suddenly realized that if they wouldn't have taken that call of getting into government and getting into government in a big way, somewhere into government, but not in a big way.
Big way.
Okay. And they suddenly realized that, our factories are running, we are able to pay our bills. Hadn't it been for government, we would have been on the road.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So now what I can conclude is you are, what Prime Minister just said a few days back. I think you have been able to live up to that statement of Atmanirbhar Bharat. So you are making Atmanirbhar Vyavsayi, what I can say, Atmanirbhar businessman, where they were able to understand the power they can generate from this great opportunity. Thank you so much. I think that's a wonderful initiative, and to all my viewers who are watching this live right now, I think we all, as a businessman, I am also a business coach for the last so many years, and I have seen this, people having a lot of apprehensions about government business, के जुगाड़ है, पैसा चलता है, आपकी approach चलती है, इसके बगैर कुछ नहीं हो सकता. There could be things right there, but majority of the things I think we all need to look at this positive aspect. When at the difficult time, only there was a one buyer in the market, and the biggest buyer, government, who's supporting business community in a large way. Okay, moving ahead to the next question. My next question to you, Sunil ji, every entrepreneur, every business owner has a bounce back moment in their life.
Hmm.
I want to know your bounce back moment and how you manage that.
Okay, so this is very interesting question because when I decided that I will quit my job and start this, and I was working there for the last 11 years. Okay, and my boss had big plans.
And as a president.
Yes, I was the president of the company, and so like we used to make 5-year plan or a 4-year plan, and suddenly one day said I want to quit. So my sort of employer was not happy with it, and he said, we are about to appoint you as a director in the company, and you are suddenly saying you want to quit. So that created a rift between me and them for some time, and so much so that they stopped all my payments. Okay,
Oh,
because they wanted me to feel the heat or something, and they wanted me to come back to them. Okay, so but I didn't do that, and I kept on telling them that it's okay, I'll manage. And during the same time, because I had invested in a house and I have invested in, my other couple of other my kids' education, I was really short on funds. The liquid funds I did not have. So there was a time I used to drive my car without my AC on so that I can save some money. Okay, and if I have to travel from Gurgaon to Noida, I will take a metro and I will not go by my car to save some money. But then my mother, she used to tell me one particular sentence. She will say, she used to tell me that it is not the end; it is just a bend.
it's
Okay,
just a bend.
and the bend you should not be perceived as an end. Okay, and let me tell you, it's very easy to lead a life of comfort. Okay, so I also saw during that time a video which was good times versus bad times. What good times do to you and what bad times do to you. So bad times basically help you to identify your, competence, your capability, and it helps you to, um, walk that extra mile, okay, which you were not doing when you were in a comfortable zone. It also tells you how adaptable you are.
True.
Okay. Because wherever I used to, let's say even if I used to go to Jaipur, I used to go in a flight, but then started driving my own car or going in a Volvo or something like that, isn't it? And I realized the first check I got of Veda Mode, which was for 15,000 rupees, I was so happy, which I was not even getting, which I think I never got that happiness when I held a check of 10 lakh rupees as an incentive, which I got a year back. Okay, because it was feeling that this is something which I am doing. Okay, I am building it. So that feeling of building was great, and I think and I was sure, and I used to read such articles and stories, where people lost everything, but they did not lose their hope.
True.
And as they said कि अगर आपके पास ज्ञान है, okay, so उससे बड़ा धन तो है ही नहीं.
True.
So you just have to convert your gyan into your dhan. Okay, by selling your gyan or, and by, I will say by applying your gyan in a right way, telling people how they can benefit from it.
True.
So the intention was not wrong. I never, let's say I'll give you a very small example. People used to tell me, yes, we are very excited. We want to get into government. Tell us how we can. I used to ask them, which products are you selling? Let's first analyze the market. We should see whether your products are directly procured by the government or not. And I used to, give them a very honest analysis. And I would have lost 30-35% business only because of that. I will not say I lost it, but I let it go because that was not the right thing to tell. Otherwise, people, they were willing to pay my initial money and they said, sir, aap karo, please do it for us. But then I didn't wanted to give them a, sort of a wrong hope or I
False.
didn't want to give them. So I think your intentions, your courage, your, will to do, your skill, your capability, and your confidence.
Wonderful.
Okay. And on top of that, I think God has been kind.
Wonderful.
So
Wonderful.
right people came across my life, like somebody like Dr. Anshul Dhingra. Okay. So
Thank you
there's
so
so
much.
many other people who came across in my life. Thank you so
Wonderful,
much.
wonderful. Thank you. So moving ahead and I want to make this interview a little more exciting. Now the round 2 is a rapid fire round. So I will say one word, and what is that first word or first sentence which comes in your mind, you have to say it without thinking. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So the first word, self-made.
Entrepreneur.
Great. Guru.
Mother.
Family.
Everything.
Government business.
I'm having goosebumps hearing this word. Seriously, I'm having goosebumps. Because government business means, forget about which political party we are talking about, but government means secure business.
Wow. Wow. I am Rohtak.
I will say secret.
Client.
Client, okay. So client is client is challenge.
Client is challenge. Great.
Yes, client is challenge.
Government e-marketplace. GEM.
I voted for Mr. Modi because of that. So I will say populist, unthinkable or unimaginable. Even I wouldn't have, I was in government for the last 25 years, but the way the government thought and they have implemented it, I think awesome, awesome.
Wow, great.
Let me tell you, just when we are talking government e-marketplace is the only marketplace where the buyers are only government, okay? And the government buyers are assessed for their performance.
Oh, okay.
Whether they are paying on time or not, how many times they're calling a tender and re-tendering it, whether the specification they've called for are, crystal clear, and there are so many other parameters. So hats off to this government for having something like government e-marketplace.
Okay. Then next, if you're talking about this government, I want to know the first word that comes in your mind when I say Narendra Modi.
I would like to stand.
Okay.
So when I hear this word, I really like to stand.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Because I think he's a role model for us. So it's just that we are living in an era. I will say we are very fortunate to have him.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Even if he is 20% good, what people say, and in my experience, he's the one guy who is uplifting the middle class. People are not realizing it. He's really uplifting the middle class. Middle class is the major population of the country.
True, true. Sunil Goswami.
Student.
And last but not the least, about this initiative, India Bounce Back.
Fantastic. I think it is required because lot of business people are going through depression. Okay. They really need somebody to talk to. Okay. Because when they take a good decision, they get so many friends who say that I advise him. But when they're going through bad times, nobody comes forward to help them.
True, true.
Okay, so I think with our effort, if they're really, if they really want to bounce back, then they should follow what you're doing.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much for that. Now, moving to the round 3. Now we will talk more about what we all have experienced in last 120, 130 days. okay, and how this pandemic thing has impacted the country, what all we have done. So my first question related to that, how, according to you, last 120 plus days have impacted our country and has impacted you?
Okay, so let us first talk about the country. Okay, so I think one good thing which has happened is that people are more conscious about other people today. Not in terms of they are only bothered about their safety or but they are also bothered about the safety of the others. Okay, and I think the society as a whole has matured. Okay, society as a whole. Okay, so when you're walking on the road, a fruit wala will also tell you, sir, kindly wear a mask. Okay,
True, very
so
true.
the awareness and the consciousness, has really, I think, and we have stood together. If you see our gurdwaras, our temples, people, they have distributed food, okay, to the poor, to the people who are unemployed, who are not getting income. Employers have been kind to their employees. Okay, even if they paid 50% salaries, I think they need to be applauded because there was no income which they were getting.
True.
So I think as a whole, as a country, I think we have come together and become one unit. If you see a lot of politicians also, they came together. Okay, even a lot of politicians came together because this is such a disaster. It couldn't be, it wouldn't have been possible if we were having, fights between us, or we were not cooperating with each other. So now coming to your question of how these 120 days have affected me of the lockdown time or during the COVID time. So I will say I've acquired a lot of skill. I was not a trainer. I've learned how to train. And after delivering couple of training sessions, I realized how satisfying it is. Okay, to impart your knowledge, to impart the skill which you have. And people, when they acquire that skill and they are able to implement it, it is very, very satisfying. I had never thought I would get that feeling ever. But when somebody tells me, sir, I learned this from you and I was able to do it, okay, it gives me really a very, very satisfying, feeling that, okay, that's great that people are learning. Okay. Because
Wonderful.
this skill is required in the market.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. So now, the continuing question. I heard you saying multiple time that in this time people have realized that government is with you in the tough times as well as in the good times, and you also mentioned in various talks that government is the biggest buyer in the country, and there's a lot of scope for the manufacturers. I want to elaborate more because a lot of viewers who are watching this right now might be manufacturers, and I want you to just give them a different picture of how this whole thing operate in a nutshell. So, what is the opportunity for them right now? What you see?
Okay, so first of all, whichever product or service they are into, okay, government procures everything, A to Z, everything. Okay, so the reason government is the biggest buyer is because government buys for its own consumption as well as they buy for the public. Okay, for example, I'll give you a very small example of sanitary napkins. Sanitary napkins, government buys in crores and they distribute it to the school girls, okay, for free so that they can have a hygienic conditions or they can have a hygienic menstruation period. Okay, then government gives them incinerators to destroy those used napkins.
Oh,
Okay, so I'm just giving you a very, very small example. Okay, and if you talk about any other product, okay, be it air conditioners, be it smartphones, okay, in your view, how many smartphones would government be buying every year? Just a guess.
just a guess. Government will be buying. So,
Yeah.
I think uh, if I have to guess, just crores of some 2 crores, 5 crores, something like this. Maybe.
No,
Maybe
no.
I'm just a wild guess. I'm taking.
So you are very close because government buys almost 1 crore, 1.5 crores every year.
Wow.
Okay, now
Wow.
why do they buy these?
I did just, I just made a wild guess. One
Okay, so
crores.
Now you will ask, why do they need so many smartphones? For
Yes.
what?
Yes.
So
Yes.
they are shifting their computing from PC to mobile
Okay.
so that it can be quick. There's no latency. People are able to do it from wherever they are available. So the government is using a lot of apps. Government is distributing these phones to women entrepreneurs, giving these phones to students so that they can have their education through the smartphones. Their syllabus is on the smartphone and stuff like that. So a lot of things are happening. Okay, so you name a product and government is buying it.
Wow.
It's just a matter of understanding how the government buys. Okay, now I'll tell you uh, why every manufacturer should get into the government now, especially with the government e-marketplace being there. And government e-marketplace is there for the last 5 years now. It was started in 2016, so it's almost 5 years. It's about to touch 5 years. In 5 years, they have done business worth 55,000 crores. Only on GEM.
55,000 crores.
Yes, sir. Okay, there are 3.5 lakh buyers on GEM. Okay. Oh, sorry, 3.5 lakh sellers and 44,000 buyers on GEM. 44,000 buyers.
Buyers.
Okay. And let me tell you, in earlier days, what used to happen, let's say you are based in Rajasthan. You have a manufacturing plant in Rajasthan. Rajasthan government will give you certain benefits of being an MSME of Rajasthan only. Or the government of India will give you those benefits. Now on GEM, let's say you are a Rajasthan based manufacturer, you want to sell it to Gujarat or Delhi or UP. Okay, those states come to GEM with their requirements. You go to GEM with your offerings and the transactions happen. And you get all those benefits which the government of India was giving you. So this is a huge market which has opened up. Plus, people have this myth that payments are delayed by the government. In GEM, the government has recently introduced a clause that the payments have to be done within 10 days by the buyer after delivery of goods. If the buyer does not release the payment in 10 days, the seller is entitled to get interest on his payment.
Oh, 10 days.
Yes, within 10 days. Okay, normally it takes 15-20 days for the payment to come because it is after acceptance of material. So let's say you deliver the material today, they will take 3-4 days to test the material or accept the material and check that it is what the specification, whatever material they wanted to buy as per the specification, you have supplied the same. Okay, so this is the right time. So I would suggest, every businessman to do a pestle analysis, okay, which is political, environmental, sociological, technological, legal, and economical. Okay. And then after doing that analysis, you will see whether this is the right time or not. For example, political parameter. So do you think today we are in a political unstable state or we are in a politically stable state?
I think it's a debatable question, but yes, mostly for me, it's a politically stable thing.
It is politically stable.
Yes.
Because we have a majoritarian government.
Yes.
And the leader of that government is an undisputed leader. Nobody is questioning his leadership.
True. Very true.
Because he's delivered. Mr. Modi has been CM for 13 years and now PM for almost 6 years. 20 years he has delivered.
Delivered. Yes.
Not an allegation of a single penny on him. Okay. So, and forget about honesty. He is a delivery guy. He delivers.
True.
Right?
True.
Okay. Then you come to other parameters. Economically, today we are one of the most rich country. We are 5th in the world economy ranking. Okay. The government of India collects the GST as per their targets. Okay. There are no pilferage happening. There are no scams happening. The entire money is being used for the social welfare or for the public welfare. Okay. Today people are happy giving 80 rupees per liter for the petrol because they know even if they are paying a little bit more, government is not misusing that funds. That confidence people have today. Okay. Then government has business enabled the whole environment, like MSME schemes or the Startup India scheme or the Stand Up India scheme, or giving the collateral free loans
True.
to MSMEs.
Hmm.
Okay, so it's a business enabler, giving them exemptions of earnest money deposits and performance bank guarantees, or buying tender documents. So today, I think we are in one of the best states. In my 31 years of career, I will say today, when we are sitting and discussing this, today, if in this era, you are not starting of thinking of doing business with the government, you can never think like that.
Okay. So
Okay.
I think it's a positive affirmation, it's a positive statement to all my viewers. If you're a manufacturer, don't forget to put your comments below this video on YouTube right now. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to write it down. And because I think the kind of confidence he's giving, we all should take advantage of this confidence. Thank you, Sunilji, for actually infusing that confidence
Yeah.
to the
So they can
manufacturers.
do their own research. I
True.
mean, and I'm open for any kind of a debate if somebody has any doubt or any apprehension about it. Okay, because
Great.
in my training programs, I do pastoral analysis in detail,
Wow.
telling them that how this is the right time to do the government business. I'm not talking out of my gut feel. I'm talking about a scientific or a management formula for doing it.
True. True. My next question. Are you confident that India will bounce back?
100%. Okay, India will kya? India is bouncing back.
It's bouncing
Okay,
back. Yes.
it's already bouncing back.
Great.
I
Great.
tell you, you ask anybody. For example, my business has grown by 50-60% in the last 120 days. Okay, because suddenly government wanted to buy PPE kits, sanitizers, face shields, goggles, hospital beds. They want to make the temporary hospitals and stuff like that. And people have adopted and adapted the change very fast. The liquor companies are selling sanitizers.
Yes.
Okay, because the raw
Something
material
for
is
the
the
good.
same. Okay, so it's just how you adapt to the change.
Wow.
And they are selling. And okay, let me tell you, I got a deal from Air India for one of my clients, which is for 5 crore liters of sanitizers. 5 crore liters.
Wow.
5
5
crore.
crore liters.
Yes, sir. So you can imagine we are talking about big, huge numbers. And in government, you get all leagues of business. You want to sell only 10 liters, you will get an opportunity. You want to sell 10,000 liters, you will get an opportunity. Okay. So,
Great.
according to me, this is the right time to get into the government. Not that because I am saying so, you can do your own research.
Okay. Great. Now, looking at the perspective now, how, according to you, the dynamics of business opportunity with government is going to change in India in the new normal?
Okay. So if you can elaborate your question.
So how do you feel that now, like for example, in this time, many people through initiative of people like you and others, they have got more excited or more enrolled or focused toward the government business. How do you see more MSME coming towards the government business? How do you see the dynamics will change? Because this time, I think in this COVID time, I think government has really proved, and people have got more aware about this opportunity, and people are still getting more aware. So I want to know, how do you think the dynamics of the MSME industry will change in future in the new normal when they get more awareness of working or an opportunity with working with governments?
Okay, so let me tell you, MSME, especially who are manufacturers, okay, they have their fixed costs.
Yes.
Okay, of the factory, workers, electricity bill, rent, etc. Okay, they are always trying to get business from various other sources if their sources are drying up. Okay, exports have dried up to a large extent. Okay, the private sector business has dried up or is drying up. Okay, so it's a natural choice for you to look towards the government.
Sure.
It's a natural choice. You get to see. Earlier people used to come to you, somebody who's pitching in for the with the government, and he will come to you and he will say, I want to buy from you and sell it to the government. But now today you want to go directly and sell it to the government.
True.
Okay, because you have the manufacturing, or you can say you have the stocks at hand which you want to push.
True.
Okay, and you don't mind even the margins are low, but it's secure. The payments are coming.
Payments are coming. Yes.
Yeah.
I think the
Okay,
cash.
so let me tell you, in the last 3 months, okay, I have heard so many requests and so many, proposals I have given to those people who were not doing business with the government, or who were doing with the business with the government, but they were not very, very serious.
Very, very serious.
So they are now saying, train our teams, or they are saying, give us the consulting service so that we can now have a footprint in the government.
Wow. Good.
And many of them have been able to do so because it's an overnight change. It is not gradual.
Yes.
It is very easy.
True. True. True.
And everything is in black and white. You don't have to think whether this buyer is dependable, whether he will pay, or if I give him the goods, he should not run away and my money is gone to dogs. Government means secured payment. The payment may get delayed by 5-10 days, but it's secured.
True. Very true. Very true. Sunilji, what do you think a role you are going to play in the new normal for the new India?
Okay. So I would be very happy, sharing my knowledge and my skill with the people. Okay. So either in terms of trainings or in terms of people just having it, if they want to just have a discussion. Okay, they have their own people on board, which don't have that skill, but with little bit of training, those people can have that skill. So okay. I would say I don't mind being invited to various forums where I just have to give them the tips and the tricks of the trade.
Wonderful.
Okay. So it may be but I will say that one should look into it without wearing a hat of a perception. Okay, a lot of people come and say, no sir, I know this is how government functions. Okay, so that thing they have to sort of leave. Yes. Because when I ask them what is your experience with the government, they will say, हाँ मैंने आज से 6-7 साल पहले बेचा था सरकार. मतलब it is that experience is not valid today.
True.
Okay, so you should always look for a change. People have this perception, things never change, politicians don't change, government processes doesn't change. Until unless you don't experience it, you don't get into the detail of it, you will never understand it.
Great. So now, coming to the end of this show, I want you to share your piece of advice or anything, some great suggestions, advice, or your last words of encouragement for my viewers.
Okay. So I would say, as your program is India Bounce Back, or that's your plan. So I will say, first of all, don't lose hope. Okay. It's just a bend. It is not the end. Okay. Secondly, look for the opportunities around you. Okay, especially the government sector opportunities. Okay, as I said, without having any sort of preset mind or mindset that this is how it will happen. Experience by doing small transactions. If you're a 100 crore company, do a 1 crore or 50 lakh transaction. If you are a 1 crore company, do a 1 lakh or 2 lakh worth of a transaction with the government and experience it yourself. Okay. And the domain is not at all difficult. With GeM Government e-Marketplace, you can yourself do bidding. You don't even require employees.
Oh, okay.
It is very, very easy. Very easy. Sitting in your office, if I can put up 10, 12 quotations every day only to the government without spending a single penny, okay, and getting an order from them, even from any location in India, I just supply and I have this trust that money will come. Who won't like to do it?
Yes. Who won't like to
Tell me, who won't like to do it?
Everybody would love to do it.
Yes, so please get into understand the domain. सुनने के कोई पैसे नहीं लगते हैं, समझने के कोई पैसे नहीं लगते हैं. आप सुनो समझो, उसके बाद में करो, और करो भी पहले स्मॉल करो, फिर अगर आप कॉन्फिडेंस आ जाए तो डू इट एट अ लार्जर स्केल. दिस इज माय मैसेज टू.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much, Sunil ji, for sharing, a deep insight and a different perspective on the opportunities with government. And thank you so much for sparing your time and, be here with me. So, viewers, it was really, really an insightful talk with conversation with Sunil Goswami ji. And I hope all the manufacturers, all the people, those who are watching, you have got a different perspective of looking at the government opportunities. And I'm very hopeful, and I'm very sure that most of you, with his positive words, with his hopeful words, you will go and ensure that you try to explore more of the government business opportunities, and you create a different, a good business for yourself in future. And may this government business give you a different approach, a different roadmap for success, and contribute in your growth. Thank you so much, Sunil ji, once again. And to all my viewers, this is stay tuned for the next episode, and be hopeful, stay safe, encourage people, and India will bounce back, and no one can stop it. Thank you once again for watching this, and be ready for the next video with another eminent personality. Thank you once again, Sunil ji. Thank you so much.